What's up guys, Becky here, and today we're gonna do a 30-minute video for your inner thighs, outer thighs, and hips. I am wearing a pair of 2-pound ankle weights. If you wanna take the challenge, definitely do it, but you don't need any equipment, and this workout will be perfectly still spicy, even if you don't have the ankle weights. So grab your mat and let's do this. We're gonna come down to lying flat on our mat, all right? Go ahead and just prop your head up. You can also rest it all the way down. And you're gonna find this nice vertical stack across your shoulders and across your hips. Tip that top hip away. And we're gonna warm up with a little bit of clam shell. So we'll start with a little outer thigh series. So I want you to squeeze your heels together. You're gonna spiral open, close things up. Spiral open, close things up. Keep your chest proud and know that clamshells don't have to be big to be effective. You just have to find that nice, slow, controlled motion, hugging the corset, exhaling through the pursed lips. That's why I always do that shushing breath, because it helps to switch on the diaphragm, which is the top of the core. Opening and closing, feeling those glutes. And you'll start to feel a little something light up. Good job. Opening and closing. I start to feel that activation. So we'll do a couple more here. Good, good. Couple more. Let's do one more. Let's open up. We're gonna pulse back. Pulse, 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 pulse. Can you keep those hips square while you pulse it out? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Internally rotate your knee, externally rotate. Internal rotation, external rotation. So we are working some tiny muscles into our hips and outer thighs. This workout was requested. And outer thighs, hips, these are definitely, I like to call the outer thighs the side bum, definitely an area I love to work. So you may have seen some of these moves before, maybe not, but very effective moves for sculpting those outer hip areas. And you start to feel the spice. The flow of this workout is we're gonna keep everything moving along at a nice, smooth, fast-ish pace. One more down, one more up. Lower your leg, give yourself a little tap out. Okay, you're gonna take your leg forward. You're gonna just really draw it forward and take your bottom leg down, okay? What we're gonna do from here is flexing our bottom foot, balanced on our hips. We're gonna lift up, we're gonna lower down. Lift up, lower down. Exhale, come back down. Exhale, come back down. Good job. Starting to just look for length in those inner thighs. Imagine you're reaching your leg a little longer than it is. Reach it like 3 inches longer. We come up, we come down. I like to do this one with a flexed foot. Remember that exhale, finding your core. Good job. Let's do 5. We'll do 4. If you got ankle weights on, this is no joke. 3. You got 2. And last one, come up and hold. I want you to point through the toe, hold, little circles. Circles, circles, circles. Good job. Circles, 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 circles. Let's reverse. Very nice. Minimal movement through those hips, connected to the core. Extend that leg nice and long. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Set that leg down. Okay, back to the outer thighs. I want you to move your feet just slightly ahead of your mat, but keep your hips nice and stacked. So now we're balanced here on our hip, all right? You are going to point your toe, lift the leg up, flex, come down. Point, lift, flex, lower. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Imagine when you point, you're just drawing this nice little straight line, just a nice little straight line. And when you flex, you're defogging a window, okay? You can imagine your foot like a little squeegee. right down that window. We're gonna lift up and we're gonna flex and so none of these movements are fast. You wanna decelerate, move slowly, and I feel it right here in the outer corner of my hips, all right? Let's do 3. We'll do 2. Are you still proud through your chest? I hope you are. Last one. Good. Now you're gonna point that toe. You're gonna sweep the foot forward, up and around. Try to stay stable. Sweep forward, up and around. Maybe you need to do a little spider hand here, up and around. Connecting to the corset, up and around. Reach that leg long, up and around. Let's reverse direction. Go the other way. Sweep up and around. Connected to the core, up and around. And again, up and around. Really try to keep those hips stable. My hip is burning. I hope yours is too. Last one. Set that leg down, give yourself a little tap out. Now you're gonna take that leg that was formerly your front leg, it's now gonna rest down in the back. We're gonna shift back to working through our inner thighs. So with that leg, and when you have that leg back, you might be tempted to roll back on the more cushiony part of your bum. Totally okay to do this, but try to stay as stacked as you can. So we're not rocking back like this. Try to stay pretty vertical, okay? You're gonna flex your foot, we're gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. So we've switched things slightly. Connecting to the core to come up and down. Think zip and lower. Zip and lower. And lower. And lower. Reach that heel and lower. Find the inner thighs and lower. Up and down. Up and down. Let's do 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one, come up. Flex your foot. We're gonna turn. Turn up, turn down. Turn up, turn down. Turn up, turn down. So hitting different fibers of those inner thighs, up and down. See how smooth you can turn. Keep that leg nice and long. I really feel this one. I hope you guys are feeling it too. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now turn back to neutral, little kicks. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. How stable can you keep your pelvis connected to the core? You got this. Proud chest, long spine. Can you smile? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're not done yet. We gotta finish with a pulse. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest that leg down. Give yourself a pat out into that inner thigh. And guess what? We gotta do that whole thing on the other side. So won't you join me over on your other side, and you're gonna make your way all the way down. So 2 options, rest your head all the way down or cradle your head in your hands. I like to cradle my head so that I can see you. All right, and you're gonna have your heels together. We're gonna start with that classic clamshell. Tip the top hip away so you got a little bit of space underneath your lower waist. Vertical stack here, vertical stack here. Proud chest. We're gonna spiral open, we close it up. Spiral open, we close it up. Good. Opening, closing, opening, closing. Starting to feel a little bit of work into that side bum. Rotational muscles, okay? Working hard here. Opening and closing, connected to the core. Opening and closing. Exhales and inhales. Closing it up. Opening and closing, feeling the work into the side bum. It doesn't have to be huge to be effective. So if you find you're going like this, keep it more contained. Just a little open, a little close. You got this. We'll do 5 and 4, using those exhales. 3 and 2 and last one. Now I want you to hold that leg open. We're gonna pulse it back. Pulse, 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 pulse. See if you can keep your hips really nice and stable, opening that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the leg, turn, tap, turn, tap, turn, tap, turn, tap, turn, tap, turn, tap. We spiral, finding work into the side bum, down and up. Think of the thigh bone turning in the socket, finding freedom into our joints, right? Because all of Pilates is a little bit therapeutic, even though it feels spicy. This is also very, very good for your bones. So keep it up. 4. Use your breath. 3. You got 2. And last 1. We're gonna pause, set that leg down, give yourself a tap out while we switch over to the inner thighs. So I want you to take that leg forward. You're gonna extend that bottom leg all the way out. We're gonna start with a flex foot, so pulling the toes back towards the face, and we're gonna lift up and lower down. See if you can lift your leg so high that you lift right up to the greater trochanter of your hip, so that big ball and socket joint in the hip. You can hold this leg around the ankle, whatever you like, but think length, really reach that leg. Imagine as you lift your inner thigh, you're scooping the belly. Inner thighs are a really unique muscle because they help to really draw your attention into your midline. So as you lift, think zip everything up. Zip everything up, right? Zip everything up. Inner thighs too, when you're done this workout and you stand up, I hope that you feel really supported and tall through your pelvis, really nice and lengthened. All right, here we're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Hold up at the top, little pulse, 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 pulse. Can you smile? Point that toe, little circles, little circles. Little circles, you got this, little circles. How smooth can you make those circles? And if you have ankle weights on like me, like, are you dying right now? Because I'm slightly dying, happily so. And we're gonna circle the other way. Circle, reach that leg long, connect to the core. The core is gonna help carry you through when you feel like you have no gas left in the tank. Point that toe, extend that leg, find the work for 3 and 2, and 1, set that leg down, give it a little tap out. All right, let's go back to the outer thigh. I want you to extend both of those legs slightly forward on your mat. Make sure you still have that vertical stack, okay, across the pelvis, across the 2 collarbones. Make sure your hips are nice and stacked. You can take your hand onto the hip to make sure. All right, we're gonna point our toe, draw a line in the sand, flex the foot to come down, so squeegee that window. Point, line in the sand, flex, we squeegee that window. We lift and we lower. Now just make sure when you're moving the thigh, you are not moving the hip. So I don't wanna see this, okay? Getting the height and sacrificing the pelvic stability, not what we want. We really wanna have and maintain a stable pelvis so our thigh bone moves. And it makes it spicier, you know what I mean? Which is a good thing, that's what we want. So we're going up, and we're coming down. I want you to point that toe and come back down. Let's do 3. We'll do 2. Last 1. Now let's make those big circles. Big circles. So it's okay if your hips move a little bit here. I don't want them to move a lot, but they might move a little bit, especially if you got ankle weights on. Circle. Connect to the core. Feel that burn into the glutes. 2 and 1. Let's reverse. Circle. Point the toe. Point the toe. Ooh, point the toe. That is spicy. Hang in there. Connecting to the tummy. 3, 2, and a 1. Set that leg down. Give yourself a tap out. Okay. Find a little part of this sequence before we move along. So you're gonna take that leg back behind you, okay? And you're gonna have that foot flat on the floor, and maybe you rock back slightly through your pelvis, but you're not like waving way back. We're not reclined. We're still gonna try to maintain as much vertical stack as we can across our hips, all right? We are going to flex through that foot. We just lift and lower, much like when we warmed up, much like when we came in, okay? It's an up and a down. And an up and a down. You're trying to lift up as much of that thigh as you can. Lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. So we're almost at the halfway point through this workout, okay? You guys are crushing it. So we're lifting and we're lowering and we're lifting and we're lowering and we're connecting to those inner thigh muscles. Good job. Awesome job. Now I want you to come up to the top and hold. We're gonna turn, 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 turn. So just turning the thigh bone in the socket, connected to the core, scooping the belly. It's a turn and a turn, turn, and a turn. You really feel those little muscles firing and working. Turn and turn, turn and turn. Let's do 5. Use your breath. 4, proud chest. 3, exhale. 2, last 1. Now you're gonna keep that foot like you're balancing a little coffee cup on the inner edge of your arch. Bend, straighten, some micro bend. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. If you're like me, you're feeling this. It's definitely starting to burn, but you got this. You're gonna reach, drive that heel, scoop the belly, smile. If you feel it, I hope you're smiling. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, hold on the 1, pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the leg down, give yourself a pat out. Okay, from here, we're gonna roll onto our tummy, okay? And what we're gonna do from here is just a little bit of glute work for our bum and for the backs of our thighs and our hips, right? Because glutes are a big part of the hips. So I want you to push your pubic bone into the mat so we're not flexed in our lumbar spine. So curl the tail under, push the pubic bone into the mat, rest your head down. Let's take your legs nice and wide, point through the toes. You're gonna lift the right, lift the left. Lift right, lift left. Now, just rest your head down, okay? This is all about the legs. We're gonna lift the right and we're gonna lift the left. Let's do 3, 2, and 1, okay? Point through the toes, keep pushing into your hips and pubic bone. Let's lift both. Let's come down. Lifting both, coming down. Connecting to the core, squeeze through the glutes and the backs of the legs. How much can you point the toes and grow those legs longer, right? 5, 4, you got this, nice long spine. 3, and 2, and 1, come up and hold, find turnout. Heel beats, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Let's go hips back to heels. Little child's pose. Resetting from that one. Little rock from side to side feels good. And then we're gonna come into a little quadruped position. So from here, you're just gonna come down to your elbows. So when you're working the hips, it only makes sense that we're gonna work through the backs of our thighs and our hamstrings. So you're gonna extend one leg nice and long, point through the toe, take the leg to the side and out to the side. So this little wag, little tail wag here, to the side, out to the side. Now think about your pelvis staying stable, your abs coming up and into your spine, your neck is in neutral, you're looking straight down. And we're actually not going to spend too long here on this sequence because we're gonna come back to a little abs and inner thighs before we finish up. So we're going side to side and side to side. So just getting that nice little lift of the booty. As you go side to side, point through the toe, feel the inner thighs. Let's do 3 and 2, good, and 1. Now just land right here. So you can just, if you peek over your shoulder, you can just see your toes out your periphery. We're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. So kind of working those outer pockets of the hips, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Should burn through your outer bum. Keep those abs lifted, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold on the 1. Tent your hand, okay? So you've got this nice little, almost a little lift here. You're gonna draw your elbow into your knee and reach long. More like draw your knee into your elbow and reach long. Now make sure your knee is at the same height as your ankle. Connected to the core, you should feel those glutes coming in, kicking away. Coming in, kicking away. We'll do 4, 3, 2, last 1, kick that heel, hold, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. drop that leg, hips back to heels. Little child's pose to reset the back. You can melt any tension out of your head and neck. And I'm gonna spin around just to show you this side, the other side. So back down to our elbows, okay? You are gonna kick that leg nice and long, but make sure your pelvis is nice and square. So both hip bones pointing at the floor, draw the abs up and in, push through your forearms, your neck is in neutral. So you can hang down like this, but try not to crane your neck up like this, okay? So looking straight down is the best way to be. Point through the toe, take that little, I like to call it a tail wag. You're gonna feel your tailbone sort of wagging from side to side in this one. So see if you can get some height, really draw a rainbow, side to side. Engaging, activating through the glutes and the hips and the side bum and all that good stuff we set out to work today. Connecting to our core, good. Smiling while you work out because it feels oh so good to move our bodies. A little side to side. A little side to side. Good. And now you are going to come out to your side here. Just when you peek over your shoulder, you see your toes and your periphery. Flex the foot, lift up and down. Up and down, up and down. You can picture that squeegee up the window. Just up that window. Up and down, working into the side bum. You feel those hips again, right? We're going up and down. Use your breath. Good. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Tent your hands so you're a little more open. Draw that knee towards your elbow. Kick it long, like you mean it. Draw it in, hug the corset, kick. Draw it in, hug the corset, kick. Draw it in, hug the corset, kick. You got this. In and up. Let's do 5. Feeling those hips. 4. You got 3. You got 2. Really kick like you mean it. Last one, kick and hold. Give me pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, because it feels so good. Tuck that leg in, hips back to heels. Little child's pose. Wiggle around if that feels good for you. We're gonna come down to our last position. So we're lying flat on our back. So roll yourself all the way down. Okay, and this one you're gonna feel inner thighs, but you're also gonna feel a little bonus ab work. So how nice for us. So you're gonna drop your legs into a little frog shape, okay? Connected to your core, ribs are heavy, shoulders are heavy, and we're just gonna start with flexed feet. You're gonna pick the right leg up like this, just picking up this shape and back down. It's like you're lifting half of a diamond. All right, we lift and we lower. So you might be able to feel where that's some lower abs, but also inner thighs. Let me tell you, in the kinetic chain, everything is connected. Upstream, downstream, side to side. So inner thighs are definitely related to your lower abs. So when I do these targeted classes, when we work one thing, we're bound to work another, which is really good about this full body integrative practice, right? So we're coming up and we're coming down, and we're trying to imagine with our foot, we're lifting something, a cup of tea, like a little shelf, right? Up and down and up and down. Now I want you to take your full foot together, okay? You're gonna lift the whole shape up, you're gonna set it down. So this is where you start to feel that ab work. Up and down, connect to the tummy. Squeeze those legs, or squeeze those feet together so you feel the inner thighs. Up and down. Up and down, up and down. Good. Lower abs, inner thighs. Can you smile? We're in this nice butterfly shape. Let's do 4. Exhale, 3. You got 2. You got 1. You're gonna hold in this shape. You're gonna flex your feet. This is much like doing frog on the reformer. You're gonna kick away. You're gonna come back in. I recommend kicking kind of where you see the wall meets the ceiling. And I guess that will be different based on your ceiling heights, but make sure your legs are at about a 45-degree angle and squeeze those heels together so you squeeze your inner thighs together, much like doing a little plie when you're standing up. But this is a no standing class. which is nice. We get to lay down. And if you're feeling your abs by now, that is a very good thing. So hug the belly into your spine. Keep kicking away, squeezing the heels together. Let's do 3. Let's do 2. Let's do 1, kick away, hold. Heel beats, apart together, apart together, apart together, apart together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold with the feet apart. Turn the thighs in, turn them out. Turn them in, turn them out. Turn them in, turn them out. Feel those inner thighs working in and out. In and out. I'm working hard too. In and out. In and out. We'll do 5, 4, scoop the belly. 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold in that out. We're gonna do a little set of Peter Pan. Kick the legs away. You draw one heel in. Kick the legs away. Draw one heel in. Kick away. Draw one heel in as the leg comes out. And in and up. Feel those inner thighs. I know it's a lot of work. You're so close to the end. Let's do 4. With power. 3. Find it. 2. Last 1. Set the feet down. Find yourself in a butterfly stretch. Take a much needed big breath in through the nose. And a big breath out. Very nice work. Slowly make your way up to seated. Find yourself in a butterfly stretch. So soles of feet together, folding forward. So opening up through those inner thighs. We just did a whole bunch of work for the inner thighs. So I hope that you guys felt it. Inner thighs, outer thighs, and hips. Super awesome class today. I hope you guys liked it. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and share with your friends. I'm gonna take you into a little hurdle or stretch here. So reaching for that toe. And make sure you definitely let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next time. As I said, this was a requested class. People always want to work their inner thighs, outer thighs, and hips. And switching sides, make sure you do the other side. Very nice. Thank yourself for working out with me today, whether it's morning, noon, or night. I hope to see you guys again soon. And subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.